Do you feel misaligned in life? And how can you get it back on track fast? Have you ever looked at life and thought, your life, as you're going through things and thought, I'm doing all the right things, but something still feels off? I'll just tell you right now, you are not alone. Most high achievers don't lack ambition or motivation. They lack an alignment. When your values, your goals, and daily reality stop matching, everything feels like you're working harder than you really should. Today, I'm going to help you pinpoint what's really happening underneath that stuck feeling and walk you through how to get back into alignment. So here are three major signs of misalignment. First one is emotional drain. It's that feeling that after you've had a really good night's sleep, you still wake up tired. You've been really well rested and you're just not ready to take on the day. The things that you're doing that you used to be really excited for doing, they just seem to no longer fuel you, empower you. All right, so second major sign of misalignment, mental noise. That's right, mental noise. You start to overthink every decision. Making a decision, you're putting so much energy in just to make the decision. Ones that you normally would never second guess yourself on, you're second and third and fourth guessing yourself. You start to feel this low level stress and anxiety that something's just not right. That was the very confusing part of it for me. This number two was very confusing for me. This is where my work never slipped. I was working really hard, doing really great, which at the same time made me really question myself. Really question myself. My mind got loud and it was very heavy. Am I making the right decision here? Am I really making the right? Am I really making the right decision here? Every decision I made felt heavier, more of a weight on my shoulders than it should have been. I started second guessing all the choices I used to make confidently. I just used to know this is the right decision, and then I started second guessing myself. Not for any other reason than what I now know as I didn't trust the direction I was going anymore. This is where right here is where you start to see the third major sign of misalignment start to show up. This third sign is loss of momentum. You start projects really strong and then stall, maybe even procrastinate. You lose your momentum, you lose your motivation, and it's not from laziness, but it's because you've lost your sense of direction. And usually this is the one that really scared me the most, is because as I started to see that momentum be lost, I went into the second one really quickly, really often, which was overthinking, that mental noise of overthinking and second guessing everything. Projects for me began to halt completely because I had always been that consistent one, the responsible one. I took it personally. Internally, I took it personally, which made me even more tired inside, which also then brought in number two again. I started feeling like I was failing. And it wasn't because I wasn't working hard. I was actually working 3 or 4 times the amount that I should be. But it was because I was working in all different directions and I wasn't focused. If you walk in, if you work in every single direction, You're not focused on getting one thing done. And then everything I was beginning to do started completely lost momentum. Completely. Think of this. You're not lazy, but being stuck in that those three, being stuck there is a signal. It's not a flaw. It's not laziness. It's not, oh, I need to have more motivation. The inner system within you is trying to protect you, forcing a pause until you start to know that your next step is matching with truly your deeper purpose is the best way to start that up again. And when you start to understand that you are completely out of sync, action starts happening because you start to realign yourself with your purpose. The action starts the movement, which starts the momentum again. I used to label this feeling, those three going around in a circle, I used to label that discipline. I don't have enough discipline. I have a discipline problem. But looking back now, it wasn't discipline, it wasn't motivation, and it wasn't laziness. Internally, there's this conflict that's happening. This conflict that's happening is you're going in a direction that no longer serves you. Now, part of me had outgrown the life that I was still trying to force myself into. And the more I pushed, the more the motivation disappeared. It just went quiet. The more the movement and the momentum went quiet, the more I started to overwork on everything in every direction because I started feeling like I was a failure. This is where I wasn't growing. I had confused survival with purpose. I was in that survival fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, trying to work really hard, overthinking everything when it was simply purpose. And my goals weren't mine. They were borrowed. They were borrowed from the fear of failure, fear of overthinking, fear of second guessing, and the culture that was around me. They had their own goals for me. And while I can achieve those goals, I needed to see my purpose within those goals first. All that noise around me is where I was just not growing. Then I finally paused and began to reflect with questions. My true vision, my purpose, started to form again. I started to uncover it. It was buried deep with all of that other noise. And I didn't arrive all at once. Just imagine digging a hole full by shovelful, uncovering your purpose. It doesn't happen overnight. It slowly uncovers, and then you begin to shape it through reflection, through the stillness of understanding. Once my true vision came into focus, everything changed. My actions begin to align, like I was saying earlier. My habits simplified. My energy had focus and direction. That's the difference between activity and alignment. That's why my vision comes first. That's why your vision comes first. You're doing effort and putting effort in, but not putting in the vision in the effort into the goals that you're working on. It's it slowly makes you tired here inside. I want you to picture yourself 90 days from now, 90 days, with more clarity, more energy, and more momentum because you're working and you're moving forwards on your purpose. Click that link below and book your free alignment call. It's a 30-minute call. It's free. That alignment call, together, we will connect. We'll work on and identify truly what alignment means to you. At the end of that call, I will email you a 90-day alignment roadmap PDF. This is so that when we're done with the free 30-minute call, for the next 90 days or more, working on that PDF, you will not be guessing what your next steps are. You just won't be. Because when you're aligned, momentum isn't forced. Motivation isn't forced. It's natural. Have a great Sunday. Thank you very much. Take care.